I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soared into the light.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madeira. Now, you may have noticed something a little different from the intro. I'm using a brand new program called Chase Plane, and let me tell you, this is an amazing program. It allows me to customize cameras, and it works so damn well that I can't even believe it. You guys are seeing the cinematic cameras working, and it's just amazing. I cannot recommend this more. I used to do this with the drone camera from Microsoft Flight Simulator, but look at this. It's doing everything automatic. It looks really cool. Now, mind you, I'm still exploring this particular program, so some of the stuff I may need to tweak, but here we are in Madeira, and look at this drone shot. So beautiful. So first of all, welcome Andrew, Mirsha, and Dinesh. Boa noite, Dinesh. And we are going from Madeira Airport to Lisbon, and I'm taking this beauty of a plane, the TAP Air Portugal Charlie Sierra Tango Oscar Charlie. Now, this is one of the last Airbus A340s TAP Portugal had before they were dismissed and switched for the A330. And today this flight is going to be a little crazy, because when this afternoon I was watching the live stream from Madeira, we had gusts 40. That's right, gusts 40 knots, and the winds were varying between 2-3 knots to 2-6 knots, so outside of limits. And remember, Madeira Airport has limits for takeoffs and limits for landing, and right now the limits are set to 25 knots for landing and 20 or the other way around, 25 knots. That's it. The 25 knots is a maximum wind coefficient, and it was crossed, so it was coming from the left of the runway 05. And yeah, so let's do this. Let's try. Hello, Sophia. Welcome, Sophia van der Eyden. Did I just murder your name? Sorry about that. So yeah, let's go. Let's get on with our flight here. So first of all, let's go outside and let's do our usual walk around. So this is a beautiful plane. I have already done this flight the opposite way. I came from Lisbon to Madeira and I used the same aircraft but with a different livery. So the same aircraft have two liveries, the old school 90s TAP Portugal classic paint job, and this is the most modern one. So right now we're just looking around the plane. So there's the parking brake light is lit and we're checking the nose landing gear. Now I'm going to check the angle of attack vanes as well as our pitot tubes. Check they're not obstructed. Also check these panels here. As you can see, they got these stickers here. These are the safety stickers. Inibuilds love to stick these on a plane. And we're checking the oxygen discharge. They're on the green on the left side. And there should be another one down the fuselage. And we're checking these angle of attack vanes. These are the handles to open the cargo door. We'll not mess with that, so the cargo doors are closed. Coming down here, we're going to take a good look at our static ports. This is the captain, for first officer in standby, as well as the wing lights. These two lights are the wing lights. So this is a big plane, so things are a little farther away, but we can still do this. So now let's go through our slats and let's take a good look at the engine here. Looks good. These are the famous leaf blowers. So these are CFM56 engines, the very same ones that equipped the Airbus A340s. And for some reason Airbus decided that this should be a good idea to equip 4 Airbus A320 engines in a wide body. Long story short, didn't go that well for the history of the A340. So this is engine number 4, and this particular aircraft has interactive panes, which is going to open it for your viewing pleasure. Pilots would never do this, but yeah, it's cool to see this. Now let's see if I can close them, because I sometimes cannot. Oh, there it goes. You can even check the oil levels, which is pretty cool, but that's a maintenance thing. It's not for us. So going around this catering truck, for some reason parked here. I'm not sure what it's not even local. The light went flying. Alright. So that forbids me to take a good look at the slats, but let's trust the system. There's our overcharge disc. It's not broken, so that's a good job. It's a good. So the lights, the power is off, so the lights are off, but here's just your slats, and it's raining. Just what we needed. Now I was going to check out the flaps. Yeah, the flaps look fine. They're all retracted, of course. That's a very old school anti-static wicket. Here's our right main landing gear. So brake fans are equipped. Then, as you can see, no leaks. Looks really cool. Let's check out the struts. Struts look okay. Alright, and now since we are here, let's take a good look at the center landing gear, which, as you can see, doesn't have a brake system. I always point that out because people think this plane can brake better than an A330 because it has an extra pair of brakes, but it does not. These are just here for the weight distribution. These two wheels here. Those are the braking ones, those two. These do not brake. They're just here to sustain the aircraft's weight. Let's go down. I'm not talking with you guys, but you can ask any questions. I didn't butcher your name? Nice. I tried. Here's the outflow valve. We'll get to it in a moment. Usually on Airbus this is on the left side. On the right side, sorry. But on the 340 is on the left. There's the potable water if you guys want to fill in the water inside, and this is for the junk, the waste. Alright, so the plane is way higher than usual. Usually when we go beneath it we need to crawl, but not on this plane. There's the APU, just in case you wanted to see what the APU looks like. It's just an engine, small size. There's the APU flap, it's closed now. And there's the exhaust. So what we're looking at when we look at these things is making sure there's no leaks or whatever, and that there's no like something dripping, like hydraulic fuel fluid. That will be a bad day. Now we're checking the horizontal. Oh my god, the words were missing. Horizontal stabilizer looks good. Anti-static wicks and all that. That's the vertical plane, vertical tail. There's our registration right there with the beautiful Portuguese flag as usual. And these are vents. Now there's the outflow valve. We should look inside, see if everything looks good. This grid here is to prevent animals from getting inside, actually, which is pretty cool, because these outflow valves usually are open between flights, and so animals can just find it cozy enough to get inside. Now let's check first of all, let's take a good look at the wheel well. Check the left main landing gears. So brake fans equipped on all 4 wheels. It's not mandatory to have brake fans, it's an option, but TAP Portugal, they had it. And there's a good reason for that, we'll talk about it in a moment. Alright, so let's check our flaps. Everything looks fine and dandy and intact, which is good. There's the overflow disc is not broken. Alright, now let's check out the slats. That light is off because again the plane is not powered yet. Walk-arounds usually are performed with the plane powered because we need to do a couple of things externally. One of them is check the lights. So if we don't have lights, it's going to be a problem because we cannot perform the checks fully, but we're doing this for your entertainment and basically to keep things flowing. So here's our main engine. We didn't check the exhaust on that one, but let's just trust it's okay. Let's check this one exhaust. Alright, I'll do it. Yeah, here we go. So now, let's check out the slats. This plane does not have the landing gear. The landing lights are not retractable, so but you can still take a good look at them and see if it's broken or anything. But they're embedded on the wing root, which is much better than the 320 if you ask me, because the retractable lights, they offer some coefficient of drag. It's not much, but it does create some drag. There's the other outflow valve. Remember, this is a big plane, so it has 2 outflow valves actually. There's our standby for captain and first officer on the left side, static ports. This, by the way, is an error. This should be on the white background, but whoever painted this plane didn't check it fully. And here we have it. Let's go inside. Let's prep our flight. Alright guys, so one of the cool things about chase plane, as you will see during this flight, is that with a flick of a switch, I can switch cameras pretty easily. Now this is the first officer camera, then we're gonna go to the FCU and the pedestal, lower pedestal, upper pedestal, lower ECAM and upper ECAM. Actually you can check on both. And now the electronic flight pack from the captain side, co-pilot side, and then the EFIS controller on the captain side, EFIS control on the FO side. Looking back, for some reason you can't really see much. That this camera is bogus. Flight attendant's screen, whatever this is. What are we looking at? Oh, this is the... Well, no, what is this? Why am I looking down? This camera is bogus. I need to edit this camera. Right, first officer and captains. Alright, we have overhead panel and we just keep on going. Oxygen. So you see we can cycle between all these, and you can, oh, this is the one I wanted to see. So you can go to the passenger windows, and what else? And we're back in the past, so it rotated between all cameras. I have also this is a cinematic mode, and oh, all right, Andrew, see you later. Nice having you here. So as you can see, Chase Plane is a game changer, and I hopefully I can use it better as time goes by, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. All right, so let's perform our regular checklists. So let's go to our, whoops, my bad, too many cameras now. And here we are. This is what we want. All right, main pilot camera. Cockpit preparation, cockpit pre-flight, better said. So parking brake is on. Spoilers and flaps, well, flaps are, for some reason they're up, but only the lever was up. Alright, flaps are up. Spoilers are retracted and disarmed. Weather radar is off in the upper position. Predictive wind shear is also off. Engine master switches are all off, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Engine mode selector set to normal. Thrust levers are on idle. Gear is down, and wipers are both off. So we're good to go. Let's turn on. Oh, Betsy's with us today. Hello, Betsy. She's back. All right, now let's bring power to this beast. Yes, and not only that. Oh, nice. It's always nice to have someone in the family with knowledge, and I don't have anybody in my family, but I have a couple of friends who are pilots, and yeah, that's a good explanation, Sophia. I never thought about that. My thoughts were just that there was just no engines available to equip a twin engine with the power they wanted the 340 to have. There were only the older engines that equipped the A300s and the A310s. There were not enough. I believe the A310 did have a bit more powerful engines, but they were also older. And in order to comply with the safety and the emissions, there was probably no engines ready for the A340. Eventually, Airbus did equip the 340, 500, and 600 with better and more powerful engines, but by that time, the A330 and the 777 and the 67 and the 57 are already winning the fight. So Airbus just switched to the 330, and that was a great switch for them, I believe. All right, let's carry on with our electronic flight bag and just prepping everything. So we got Madeira to Humberto Delgado. That's Lisbon Airport. Let's go load my flight here. There it is. So we got Madeira to Humberto Delgado, departure time 21:15. So we lost some time during the walk around. We're probably going to miss this, but we are expected to arrive in about 1 hour and 50 minutes, more 40 minutes more or less. This arrival time is just an estimate. METAR, so let's check the time. Yeah, this is definitely outdated. Again, let's just try here, see if the METAR can be updated. Nope, 0500. So this is a night METAR, so it's very much outdated. It should be like 2100, and it's 0500. But as you can see, during the night it was already gusts 35. So yeah, it was still bad, but this is completely outdated. So I'm not sure if there's any option that I did not set up correctly, but I'm pretty sure I'm using the in-flight METAR, and that's not correct, not by a long shot. So anyhow, to GSX, so it's connected, it's up to date. Integration is on, so let's turn this on because I just don't want to have it working on its own. And let's set it up. So currently it seems that GSX is not automatically loading, so maybe we need to load with GSX. Oh, it's going to load the fuel? Oh, crikey. That's not what I wanted. Where is... so, KSFO is San Francisco. What's the destination? EHPK. Sorry about my... I don't really know all airports, but I know KSFO because I used to fly there in Sim quite a lot. Why are we... What just happened? We were just teleported to the runway. What? What just happened? What just happened? There's something wrong with GSX. Oh my god. So we need to go to Alpha 16. Just warp me there. There you go. What just happened? Did GSX just teleport me to the runway? Can you believe that? I was wondering why it went dark in this cockpit all of a sudden. It just teleported me. That's weird. Anyway, how do I get GSX to operate? Operate stairs. Let's go Menzies. There it goes. Alright, let's just operate the stairs for now. And let's set up our CDU and all that. Alright, so we got everything set up. Let me just confirm if I'm not missing anything. Charts. So let's go for Madeira. Do we have any pins? No pins. Alright, no worries. So again, let's try to get GSX to at least fuel the plane. Fuel applied, now the rest load it. Alright. So the doors are opening.
Is on its way.
Alright, refueling truck. Oh, good God. Load with GSX. Alright, let's just open. The doors are opening again. What's going on? Alright, the doors are opening. The crew truck is coming. I wonder if that... I was parked in this spot here. You can even see the where my... what's this equipment doing here? This is all wrong. This is all very wrong, because you can see the tug is here instead of being here. GSX is just lost its mind. Let's hope this doesn't interfere with our flight. Here comes the refueling truck. That's not the case though.
Is in position.
Alright, have it your way. Alright, battery 1, 2, and APU battery is on. External power is on. Accumulator brake pressure, let's check it out. And this one is it's full accumulation. Cockpit lights as required. Let's go for the APU fire tests. And here it is. So I'm going to turn on my track IR. First of all, let me look forward. Track IR is on. Now I need to activate Hello? I'm pretty sure. No, that's not it. So why isn't my track IR working? I need to open the chase plane menu. Give me a moment. Where is the preferences? Sorry about this. Mouse look, control, third party. So where's the head tracking? Pretty sure I set this. Camera actions. Sorry about this. Like I said, I'm still working on this. Oh, come on. Application control. Oh my god, where do I turn on my track IR? I need my track IR to fly. Flashlight. Next. Toggle head tracking. Alright, so there's a button here, but it's not working. That's in my HOTAS. Oh. Toggle head tracking. That's it, that's button 10. Why is it not working? Let's just delete this. Save. It's not working. Alright, it's not working for some reason. I'm pretty sure, so the fields applied, I'm pretty sure I had this working earlier, but it's not working now for some reason. Yeah, track IR is working, it's just not accepting inputs in flight sim. And as you saw, I can operate with add tracking and using chase plane, but currently it's not allowing me to do that. I wonder if it's bugged. Is it bugged? There's a way to turn it off. So it's application control. I'm going to take a button here. So on, off, and still don't have head tracking. I bet this is a bug. We can still do our flight, it's just gonna look funky without track IR, but we can still do it. Alright. Maastricht. Oh, that's a very long flight. Hello, Drexmas. Angelo, boa tarde, boa noite. Yeah, Sophia, that's a privilege. It's a privilege to have someone in the family that can give you some hints. As long as you like flying, of course. Alright, so let's carry on. No track IR, but we can live with that. So navigation accuracy is not set, so let's set them up. So cruise supply set to on, ground control set on. Let's take the ADIRS, IRS1, IRS2, IRS3. This light should go off in a moment, or it should. There it is. So cockpit voice recorder. I never know where that is in this plane. I need to do the CVR test. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Tested. No audio though. External lights swing on, as well as nav1 is set. No smoking portable devices. Let's just set to on. And arm emergency lights, annunciator panel. I love this part where everything lights up like celebrating. Oh, look at that. All four squibs, fire buttons, I mean, and all 8 squibs. APU looks fine, and even the cockpit door. Alright, everything looks fine. Let's not spend too much time in this, because hello, that's the dome light, you nincompoop. Probe and window heat set on auto right there. AC temperatures as required. Ecam page set to electrical. Let's test the batteries. Alright, so we got battery. That's battery. Where's battery? Where's the battery indicator? It's only the generators. Where's the battery? Where are the batteries? Oh, weird. Oh, it's the DC one. My bad. There's only one in the 320s though. I was just mixed up. So battery 1 off symbology, and off on the overhead. Back on. Comes back on. 35 amps. It's going to reduce to 0. Battery 2 off. Battery off. Back on. There it is, the amp, 18 amps, 20 amps, and it's going to be reduced. And now the APU battery off, and set it to off. There it is. Fuel pumps are all off, and now let's do the engine fire test. So there's one for all, so it's a little different from what we're used to, but it is what it is. Old school, I guess. So all 4 buttons are on, all 8 squibs are on. We also got ECAM status, master warning flashing, as well as pedestal. So it is working. Flight directors 1 and 2, turn them on. Battle reference, let's listen to 80s. Oh, nice. Hello. 80s from Madeira. And now we're going to get scared with the winds, because
Madeira Airport information Papa 21052, wind 015 at 14, visibility 10 miles or more, ceiling 1400 broken, temperature 16.13, clew NH 1027, landing and departing runway 05, transition level 050, read back all hold short instructions, advice on initial contact, you have information Papa.
We got Papa.
Madeira Airport information Papa 21052, wind 015 at 14, visibility 10 miles or more, ceiling
So,
1400
14.
temperature 16.13, clew NH 1027, landing and departing runway 05.
Not that bad. So wind 14. I mean, it was 28 when I was watching in the afternoon, so the live stream. All right, not that bad. So no flight yet. Let's go to ACARS if we have it. Atsu, look at that. We got modern day CDU. Well, it is what it is. All right, let's go for flight initiation. Let's request it. It's kind of a way too modern CDU for the aircraft, but okay. So we got flight initiated. And that's it. There's no departure. Do we have departure on this plane? I don't remember.
Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Yeah, departure clearance. There it is. So we got a A340. We got Papa. We are at gate Alpha 16. I know today. And we are going from LPMA to LPPT. Should be a fairly short flight. And we're going to call LPMA station. Let's hope this works. There it is, pre-departure clearance on our DCDU, send. Now let's wait for the reply. Welcome back, Mirsha. The A340 600 was quite something. Very long. I actually saw one live. I don't think this went anywhere. Yeah, it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. So pre-departure clearance seems, yeah, at least we got weather. What is this? 21 Zulu. This one was more accurate for Lisbon. Let's see what we got for Madeira. Yeah, 2100 Zulu, so winds at 010 at 14 knots, QNH 1027. Yeah, so the winds have improved, but not during the day. They were really nasty. So I was kind of hoping to have like some rough weather, but I guess I'm not entitled to that. So we did call the request, but no message was received. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a short look at the ATC menu to see if the connection is on at least. What is this set on? This is the ADSC. Yeah, let's leave it on. No, this is not what we want. We want the comms. So data link is available, but it's not connecting to anything.
Call when ready for departure.
Runway 05, call when ready, Portland 4 Kilo Mike.
It might not be modeled. I'm not entirely sure, but let's not waste time with this. Request IFR
Portugal
clearance.
216 Heavy, ready to copy a airfare clearance to Lisbon.
Air Portugal 216 Heavy, Madeira Tower, expect runway 05, the Don 1 Echo departure, squawk 4343.
Begun 1 Echo departure, squawk 4343, Air Portugal 2167.
So let's set the
Air
squawk
Portugal
before I
216
forget.
heavy, feedback correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Local, Air Portugal 2160.
Alright, so we got the Digon 1 Echo standard departure. It's pretty much all the time, this Digon 1 Echo for runway 05. So let's go for the flight plan. Oh, we still don't have the flight plan. Let's request that. There's our printer.
Madeira Tower, Portugal 11711, farm map landing runway 05.
Where did that paper go?
Portugal 1711, Madeira Tower, continue. Roger, Portugal 1711.
So 01 at Dagon 1 Echo, that's confirmed. We got our alternate to Faro Airport. The cycle is outdated. That's not good. Yeah, why isn't it updated? Oh my god. It's gonna delete. So it's correctly set to be on a DC. So I don't understand why this doesn't just update correctly. And now I'm pressing that button, nothing happens. So it's doing something because we got all these stutters.
Ready for departure, runway 05.
Portugal 94 Kilo Mike, Madeira Tower, wind 015 at 14, runway 05 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 05.
The cycle is correct.
Takeoff,
No, it's not
Portugal
correct.
94
2513 R1. So I just pressed this more than once. Hello. Still not updated. Come on. This is a very junky. Whoa. What the heck is going on? It's a very funky way to. Yeah, there is traffic. You can hear it. Oh my god, what's going on with my camera now? Yeah, it's still not updated. Look at that. I'm pressing to update. And it's just not updating nav data. This is a very funky way to do things. And I sincerely hope Inibuilds could do things a little bit better. Still not updated. I pressed this a million times and it does nothing. Do I need to turn off the plane for it to happen? And it's doing this stuttering. This is not me, by the way. This is I'm trying to move the camera. It's just moving weirdly all over the place. It looks like it's trying to do something, but it's not being successful. You know what? I'm going to fly with the outdated nav data. Thanks a lot, Inibuilds. I mean, I hate when these things happen because it's not my fault. I'm just pressing the buttons where they are and nothing's happening. Now someone is going to come online and say, "Nah, you need to turn off the plane. You can't do the plane with the plane turned on." All right, let's do that. Let's turn off the plane, guys. Everything's off. Just try it. Oh. Do I need to turn off the batteries all together? All right. Let's turn off the batteries then. Is it doing anything? No, it's not. Yeah. Thanks, Inibuilds. I have a program from Navigraph to update nav data, but for some reason it's never applied, ever. I hate this. I've been having this issue since I got this plane. Look at that, it's just not updated. It's not updated by the life of it. So. Let's try again. Oh my god. It's demoralizing because, you know, these things should work. There's not much to it. But departure 05, much like the CPDLC is also not working. So Digu 1 Echo, at least in the pre-departure clearance. All right, we're good to go. We can still fly this hunk of junk. Alright, so we got a company message. I wonder what it is. Let's get... Yeah, this is not working. Let's get GSX to start boarding.
Boarding requested.
It's not boarding on its own. What do I want? Performance. So it's currently boarding. Yeah, there's traffic in Madeira, like I was saying.
Passengers bus is coming.
You can actually see aircraft parked. I mean, they're not. One aircraft has already departed, I believe. It was an aircraft was parked here, but there is traffic. Even the stairs are different. What the heck? Oh, because it was raining and the stairs were covered and not anymore. Alright, so we need to board all these people. No pushback tug yet. Let's go for the takeoff performance. So we got runway 05. Surface is dry-ish. I mean, we could set it to wet. Let's sync weather, sync FMGS. So let's calculate our performance. We still need to check weight and balance. So we got V1 at 128 knots, VR at 130 knots, V2 141 knots. We're going to take off with flaps 2, and our trim should be, our CG is 28.8, flex 48 by the way, and that our trim should be 4.4. And we can go to the performance, and we should be able to send to FMGS. There it goes. And now we're going to confirm the speeds. These are preliminary speeds because we confirm, because we need to update the weights. So it's still not updated. We also need to insert our zero fuel weight, and that can only be done after we load everybody. Oh, I was received a message. Let's go check out the message. So 2 more weather updates and the preliminary load sheet. So we're expecting so maximum takeoff weight 28.8 for the center. This is the center mass. Where are the passengers? Is this it? 377? Probably. It's a lot of people. Oh, prepared by Sabrina. Thank you, Sabrina, whoever you are. Let's see if we got her phone. Should we call her? 1-800-555-0199. Yeah, usually I get the passenger number on the top. It's weird. It's probably it. The call sign is wrong, but I don't change call signs. It's 181. Where is the 181 here? Maybe I missed it. Yeah, there it is. Packs total 181. This should have a space here. That's why I wasn't seeing it. 181 passengers. So we got 181 souls on board plus
Passengers bus is coming.
6 or 7. I don't know how many crewmen are on board on a 340 on a domestic flight like this, but probably not as much as on an international flight. Usually we got that on the EFB, not on the load sheet. So we go here to our OFP. By the way, I'm going to check out the cost index is 69er, and our cruise is flight level 040, which is sorry, 400. So this is always a plus on these planes. All right, so fuel on board should be 16.7. Let's see how much we got actually. 16.66. All right, it's gonna go round the numbers below. Yeah, it's not a lot of fuel for us 340, let me tell you.
Passengers boarding started.
So very short flight through Odemi. Oh, this is for FAR. All right, this is the alternate. So we're going to go for SUT1 Alpha for runway 02. So we're still loading passengers, by the way. So I'm going to take us outside for a moment, so you guys can appreciate the passengers loading. It's always cool to see. So, if you guys didn't notice, I was parked here before. You can even see the tug and the APU or GPU. And there's the one cargo loader and the one cargo cart, but for some reason GSX moved me to the runway out of nowhere. It just teleported me, so I had to come back here and reload the plane, and now I have two tugs. One is an extremely heavy tug, this one. I don't think Madeira has this tug. The wing lights apparently should be off at this stage because they kind of blind everybody entering the plane. But it is on the checklist though. Let's just turn it off. Yeah, much better. It was blinding people coming in because there's station right there. Not station, located. Sorry. English. Oh, right there. These are the two lights here, and if they're on, they're gonna blind everybody coming in. All right, so a couple more buses probably coming. Sorry about. Are the ground crew people? You mean, no, they're bots. They're bots. They kind of move like people, but they're bots. Sometimes I wish they were people, because they're kind of dumb. Who? Sorry. Yeah, see, it's animated. And even the passengers are animated. It's cool, but kind of breaks the immersion when everything fails. Alright, so rear compartment is done. We're just waiting for the front compartment to load stuff. Just a few bags left. 3 bags. There's one. Come on, buddy. We're with you. I can actually move the camera. I really need to check the sensitivities on these cameras because they're really sensitive. Alright, last bag, buddy. There it goes away. Now the guy's going to sit on the loader, and we got the plane loaded. So we got the fuel, we got the packs. Now we're just gonna go here, check out our route. It's pretty straightforward. Takeoff performance, let's sync with FMGS. There's a new data, and let's calculate again. So pretty much the same, but it's good practice to confirm everything. Flex 48. So the trim is slightly different.
1711, wind 015 at 14, runway 05 clear to land. Runway 05 clear to land, Portugal 1711.
As a plane landing. If you guys want to take a look, just to confirm that there is traffic. There it is. It's incoming. It's going to land here. Alright. We are good to go at this point, so just confirming the payload. We got zero fuel weight is 14.2. Actually, that's not 14. That's 141.8. 14 would be way less than the actual. And we got zero fuel weight, and we got Mach CG is 26.8. And we got our block fuel set for 16.6. This plane can take a lot more than that. Just waiting for the calculations. There they are. And we're fine and dandy. Let's start our APU. Let's wait 3 seconds. After master switch, it's going to wait for the APU.
Welcome aboard. We're delighted to have you with us today. Please take a moment.
Yeah, be quiet. We'll go on the cabin in a moment.
Should be placed in the overhead bin, and smaller items must be securely stowed. If you need assistance, our cabin crew is here to help. Push it back from the
So if it's set to constrain arc 10, we got our speeds will be managed, and our altitude set 4,000 feet for the initial altitude. We got the MCDU's been set up, RadNav set up, IFR clearance has been received, IRS align has been performed, flight plan has been reviewed, EFIs and NavAids set. They're both on both sides, they're set, and squawk has been set for T43. Pre-flight checklist complete. Cockpit preparation, checklist complete. Alright, so pre-start checklist, APU masters on, APU set to start, MCDU weights inserted, MCDU takeoff performance has been checked, so we got V speeds, V1 is 128, VR is 130, V2 is 141, APU is available, APU is on, and we're waiting for it to bleed in, so we are going to turn off pack 1, turn on APU, and now turn it back on so we don't have a surge. Seatbelt sign is on, and air conditioning as required. Pre-start checklist complete. We are good to go, and we are ready for push. Let's call it in, and let's start this adventure.
Portugal
Oh, what have I done?
Ready to go.
It's gonna go nuts. It's gonna say I'm not even near there. It's not the one that I wanted.
Portugal 216 heavy, back to runway 05, call 1, ready for departure.
Yeah.
Back up runway 05, call
She
1
usually
ready.
goes berserk.
Air Portugal 216
She
heavy.
didn't know. What I wanted is this one, not.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, at ramp Alpha 15, request pushback.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, Madeira tower pushback and engine start approved, face southwest.
Pushback and engine start approved.
So doors are being
southwest.
closed.
Air Portugal 216 heavy.
These stairs should be cleared.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So we're gonna go for Digun 1 Echo. There it is. Pretty standard departure from Madeira.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Why isn't it clearing? Why is it not clearing the ground equipment? It just cleared one stair.
Locking gear.
Something's not right. These guys are not clearing. GSX is not working on its so auto connection is on for everything except refueling, but it shouldn't be an issue. But I need to close the door, arm the doors. So everything's closed, nothing's attached to the plane. We already established APU generator is on, so everything's fine. It's just this guy doesn't, oh, it's disconnecting now. I bet he's just waiting for the door to be closed. I shouldn't need to do that, but still. Yeah, GSX is funky at times. Well, Drexy, yeah, it's a great simulator. It's a very cool simulator. You should try it sometime if you didn't. All right, let's go. Where's GSX menu when you need it? So, continue pushback. Give me the options. Nose right.
Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Copy. Set start. We're pushing. Let's start number 1. So for everybody wondering, my Trek IR isn't working. It's supposed to be compatible with Chase plane, but it's just not working correctly today. Apologies.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention?
APU engine 1 available. Oh, my bad. It's what you do when you don't run the checklists. Fuel pumps on. Beacon is on. Steering pin is inserted. Transponder set to auto. Clock start. My bad. Checklists are here for a reason, guys. Start number 2.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
See the engine vibrating, starting up. Can you guys see that? It's pretty cool. This will be even better with the lights on, right? Yeah, the sounds aren't really good. Number 2 started. Let's start number 3. We can call it GSX to disconnect.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Starting number 3.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Copy.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Start number 3. Oh, sorry, number 4. Still don't see our pin. Ah, there she goes. She must have shown the pin, but she needs to do that a little farther away because we can't see. The plane's too tall. Alright, number 4 is up. We can call it in. So, back off. APU bleed off. APU massive switch back on. Alright. Before taxi checklist, auto brakes set to max. Spoilers armed. Flaps set. Flaps 2 for takeoff. Engine NTI is not required. Flight controls, let's check it out. Full deflection left. Neutral. Full deflection right. Neutral. Full pitch up. Oops, there it is. Neutral. Full pitch down. Neutral. Full rudder left. Neutral. Full rudder right. And neutral. Flight controls have been checked. Pitch trim set 5.0 up as per performance. Should be 5.2, so let's trim it. 1, 2, there it is, 5.2 up. Pitch trim reset pressed. Sorry, rudder trim reset, and steering pin has been removed. Alright, ready to taxi. Let's call it in.
Air Portugal 216 Heavy, request taxi.
Air Portugal 216 Heavy, runway 05, taxi via Alpha Charlie.
Runway 05, taxi via Alpha Charlie, Air Portugal 216 Heavy.
Alright, so nose light up, runway turn off lights on, strobes set for auto, takeoff config, no blue, taxi checklist complete. There we go. Let's taxi it out. It's a big plane. Take your time. Don't rush it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we got some light rain. So we are cleared to backtrack runway 05 because of my earlier issue. So let's go perform the runway entry procedures and then confirm. Set terrain on ND. So everything's green, that's not good. Alright, so TCAS set to above TARA. So weather radar on, predictive wind shear is on, weather mode as required, takeoff memo status no blue. We're gonna notify the cabin crew in a moment. Pressing this little button here. Even though we're backtracking, it's good practice to always have your runway lights turn on when entering or exiting a runway until you exit the runway. Yep, runway 05, Angel. Yeah, but it's a very cool simulation game, and Drexy, and we came a long way since FSX, FS9, all those venerable simulators, and this should be a lot easier with Trek IR, but today Trek IR isn't cooperating, so add a little more power so we can go circle. It's incredible how the 340 turns on a dime, isn't it? I need to pull my chair a little bit better to the left. Still not centered. Alright, it's good enough. Alright, we're good to go. Let's request departure.
Air Portugal 216 Heavy, ready for departure, runway 05.
Air Portugal 216 Heavy, Badr Tower, wind 025 at 16, runway 05, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 05, cleared
Alright,
for takeoff.
we're
Air
clear for
Portugal
takeoff.
216
Let's initiate our takeoff run. Well, don't start without me playing. And away we go. Remember, I have 4 leaf blowers as engines, so this is not going to be a quick thing. Flex 48 set SRS. Airspeed alive. $100.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Whoa, just happened here. Gear up. What? What? Let's do it manually then. Something fishy with the cameras here.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, contact Madeira departure 119.605.
Trust climb.
Contact Madeira departure 119.605 Air Portugal 216 heavy.
Speed check, flaps 1.
Departure, Air Portugal 216 heavy. Good evening.
Speed check, flaps up.
1,500 feet.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, Madeira departure identified, climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190 Air Portugal 216
It's for some reason it's telling me to go back. I don't know what went wrong here, but I'm not gonna do that. So let's go for flight level 190 as flagged. So I'm having some technical issues. There it goes. Plane wants to climb way more than it can, but it's going up. Can turn off our wipers now. Alright, crisis averted. We forgot our chrono here, but let's set it up. No, Mirsha, I had already stand by, set standard, and cross-checked. I had already requested the backtrack by accident, and the tower already gave me permission to backtrack, and then all I had was to, when I was lined up with 05, all I had to do was just ask for the departure itself, the takeoff clearance. Drexy, I usually do this occasionally. I don't have a fixed day to do this because unfortunately I have a lot of work on my side. I'm a kind of a busy person, so I usually do at between Mondays and Fridays, sometimes Wednesdays, sometimes Tuesdays. So Mondays or Tuesdays or Fridays or Sunday morning. So when I say this or that, because I'm not a regular, unfortunately I cannot be regular as much as I wanted to. Alright, after takeoff checklist, gear is retracted, flaps are retracted, spoilers disarmed, thrust set to climb, autopilot as required, nose wheel steering and runway turn-off lights set to off. Climb checklist, barrel reference set standard after 10,000, or transition, sorry. NTI is not required, EF is not required, well, set as required. Weather radar set as required. Above 10,000 feet, landing lights are off, wing lights, let's leave them on. Seatbelt signs as required. So, climb checklist complete. So you can see this plane doesn't want to go anywhere fast. So it's a slow plane, 4-leaf blowers. Let's go to our charts here. So here we are. So when we took off, for some weird reason, my flight director was trying to pull me on a weird right-hand turn, to like wanting me to circle after takeoff. I've seen this being done once before. It's been a while since I've seen it happening, but it did happen again, so I apologize. We can turn off our terrain on ND. We no longer need that. Alright, so just circling around. So we got a warning for speed limit exceeded. This happened when the
Portugal 216 heavy, contact Lisbon Center 119.55, bye-bye.
Centre on 119.55, Air Portugal 216 heavy.
there it is.
Lisbon Centre.
So
Air Portugal 216 heavy.
the limit was exceeded when the plane was misbehaving, and it kind of went haywire for a moment, and then for that reason it kind of went beyond the maximum speed below 10,000 feet, which is 250 knots. Yeah, Drexy, I wouldn't say 40 minutes, but sometimes, yeah. And we have now just been cleared for our expected flight altitude, so which is flight level 400. So that's going to take a while to get there for sure. Let's set it right there. I need to go back to the FCU. Just trying to level off. Let's go 434. It's going to climb again. It certainly takes a lot of time to get there because, you know, it's got 4 leaf blowers as engines and doesn't want to go anywhere any fast. Not, what am I saying? Not going anywhere fast, that's what I meant to say. Alright, we're off the 10-mile radius from the airport, so continue climb. Yeah, 40 minutes, maybe a little too much, but it depends on weight mostly. These planes were built to fly long distance, not like Madeira to Lisbon like I'm doing right now. So it's perfectly fine to, you know, assume that I'm not doing something that realistically would be done daily. But TAP Portugal did perform this flight once upon a time. So for some reason our smoking sign is just turned off, so we can do this the other way around. We just need leaving no smoking. All right. So Madeira, that's Port Sant down there. It's Port Sant Island. Madeira is on the back. Beautiful sight. It's not as populated as Madeira, Drexy, but it has a small airport in it, and it's more like a vacation destination. There isn't much going on there. They got a very cool beach down there, and it's like where the Madeiran residents would go for vacations. But Madeira itself has a lot of cool vacation destinations already. So Port Saint is like an auxiliary island, but it's pretty cool to live in. I just think that they get quite isolated sometimes, especially like today, where when Madeira was off limits due to wind. That's when Port Saint was put on the map, but most of the times you don't even remember Port Saint is there when you fly to Madeira, just because it's kind of works like an alternate airport. It's I don't think it has many regular flights towards it. It's got a daily flight from Pinter Canarias that flies from Port Saint to Funchal, Madeira, but that's about it. I don't think they have regular in and out flights, or not that many at least. Alright, Drexy, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. There will be more streams, and if you want, you can also watch the recorded stream. So thank you so much, Drexy, and thank you for subscribing also, by the way. Drexy, that was because of the wind. The wind was so strong in Funchal, in Madeira, that they had to divert a lot of flights to Port Saint. So today was a very exceptional day. This is for Madeira. Now let's go for Lisbon. So weather is pretty okay. We're gonna update this in a moment. So QNH 1026. We got our outside temperature 11 degrees. Wind is at 020 at 3 knots. Transition altitude is 4,000 feet. We're gonna land at config 3. So we're gonna turn off our flap mode. So we are expecting a suit 1 alpha. There it is, and we are arriving, approaching runway 02, ILS and CAT 2. So these are the procedures for missed approach, runway 02. So if we go missing runway 02, we should turn right. Turn right and follow the procedure back in. Actually today I saw the Emirates 777 going around. Yesterday I saw the Emirates 777 going around. It went left. That was weird because that's not the missed approach, documented missed approach apparently. So yeah, I don't know why it did that, but it did do that. So localizer in case the ILS is not functioning, and RNP. I always load all of these, and of course the airport reference for the ground taxi, which is right here. Right. So now we got everything set up. This is our approach. We're gonna come from the southwest, and then we're gonna make this very weird approach to runway 02 as usual. So there are 2 approaches converging here, this Lazet and Isuti. Lazet usually comes from the United States or from the Azores. Isuti is pretty much the standard coming from Madeira. Sometimes it changes, so they change the chart. This one is from November 2025, so it's been recently changed, and I hope there's because my nav data isn't updated. Yeah, goodbye Drexy, thank you again for coming. So let's go for the ILS runway 02, and our decision height is at 430 feet. That's what I wanted on the barrel. That is. So we got a new company message. Just take a good look. Probably an ADC delay. We'll see. Yep, there it is. ADC delay 27 minutes. Ooh. Did I take that long to get out of the ground? So let's call it in the delay code, whatever. Let's say Kilo Lima, and that's going to be 0027. All right, and send. Oh, entry out of range. What did I do? What did I do? whatever. So let's just write 27 then. That's probably why it's complaining. Yep. Send. Alright, ATC message sent. Let's check out the reply in a moment. Yeah, CPDLC is not working. Sorry to say. Something changed and it's just not working on this plane for some reason. Oh, it just replied. Well, look at that. Alright, ADC received. But look at that, only now did the... That was way too long, man. It replied, finally, but look at that. 2210. We asked it, it was like 2130 or something. And it never replied. It only replied mid-air. There's definitely something going on. And since we requested by voice, it's saying it's already cleared. So looking at my Beyond ATC feedback, indeed request pre-departure clearance A343 from LPPT to LPMA stand Alpha 16 Attis Papa, but yeah, the clearance was rejected because we already asked it. Yeah, let's just delete that. Yeah, there's something fishy going on with CPDLC. It's not working. So 3 things we found out not working correctly. GSX is all over the place, so there's something wrong with GSX. St. Engines, sorry, Beyond ATC, not St. Engines. Beyond ATC clearly didn't receive the CPDLC from this aircraft, and this aircraft is not updating my nav data for some reason. Now I'm not going to try to do it right now, but if you come here to maintenance, no, sorry, not maintenance, settings, the cycle is for some reason stuck on 2513. That was until last January, and pressing this button does nothing. It just doesn't update. So I've run into this particular issue before. This is not new. I'm not saying it's a broken thing, but it's definitely never worked as intended. That's Inibuilds' fault, not mine. I did update Navigraph. Of course, every plane I own is updated except this one. Navigraph has an external program for this reason, and we update all planes except the Inibuilds one. So I bet my A350 will have the same issue. Why do they do this? I absolutely no idea.
departure of land 4P low Mike, descend to flight level 080.
Descent to flight level 080, put a land 94, Kilo Mike.
Good news, I got my track IR working again. So it wasn't a bug, it was just an option here for the camera. I was using the side camera instead of the pilot camera, that's why it wasn't working. But it's good to see track IR working again, although right now it's not really necessary. So I'll just turn it off. So let's go back to chase planes functions. So this is a very robust feature, cinematics. It kind of brings you, it's very immersive. However, I think it has too many cameras that I will never use. For example, when I press cinematics, I sometimes see the plane from the left and from the right. It's in terms of continuity, it looks weird. Let's see if I can change that. Not this, these are keybinds. So let's go preferences. So mouse look, this is really interesting because you can use the scroll and all that. So there's a feature. Let me see if I can, while on mouse look, click to go smart view. Let's see. So while we're on smart view, oh, this is really cool. So I can move around and just zoom in where I want. Oh man, this is way better than what I thought it was. So I just need to center it like so. Over. Oh man, this works great. Really cool. Really cool feature. But I don't see a target. Camera movement, camera field. This is good. So chase planes enabled. 3 third-party plugins. Overlay notifications. Autos. Okay, cinematic. Okay, cinematics mode. So it's manual, or oh, you can just leave it and it will start on its own. So shot duration 15 seconds. I just wish I could change what cameras are used, because doesn't really look cool. Alright, all these is wonderful. Oh, it doesn't have a real-time precision to tell you how much WASM, JSON, bridge, cloud services connected. Nice. I just wanted to, so if you can add or remove cameras here. So let's say I want this camera to be part of the cinematics. I can add it using cinematics right here, but for some reason I cannot pick the external cameras. Let me confirm that. So let's see, wing left, wing right. So all of these are nice, but they should be like random. And let's see, if I press this using cinematics, no, it's off for some reason. This is a pretty camera for taxiing. Yeah, there's a lot of options here. So cinematics is kind of a thing of it on its own. And oh, okay. So let's go internal. Let's go to pilot. Another thing. Oh, above 15 knots. I didn't know that. So there's an inbuilt flashlight in Flight Sim, and sometimes it's when the cockpit is dark. I like to turn it on for some features, but it seems that this chase plane just disables the. What are you doing? I just want to go back to pilot. This is cool, the flyby view. When I flew FSX, I used to see this camera all the time. Back to pilot here. Yeah, there's not much controls to cinematics camera, and it kind of picks whatever it wants to pick. So when you press it, you get stuff like this. So this is on this side, and then it's going to shift to the other side. I wish it would be more random. And apparently some cameras are automatically added and you can't really control. So see, now it's on the other side. This, for continuity, this looks really bad. Still look cool. Still a cool shot though.
Airport to the 1695 Lisbon Center, expect me to Romeo runway 05.
Expect me to Romeo, runway 05, airport to the 1695.
No problem, Mirsha. Sorry. No problem, Mirsha. It's perfectly alright if you can't stay. Thank you for coming though, and thank you for your cooperation. Always a pleasure, buddy. See you tomorrow, man.
Depart land 943 low mic. Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.
Yeah, you too. Great weekend, Misha. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice sleep.
Lisbon Center Eurober 9117 heading. Good evening. Flight level 430. Eurober 9117 heading Lisbon Center. Radar contact.
Lisbon Center, Airbus Express 3957, go-aiming flight level 360.
Airbus Express 3957 Lisbon Center. Radar contact. Airport Sugar 1695 Needle to Romeo, runway 05. Report ready for descent.
Needle to Romeo, runway 05, ready for descent. Airport to the 1695.
Airport Sugar 1695 and descent to flight level 130.
Descent to flight level 130, Airport Sugar 1695.
Airport Sugar 1695, contact Madeira approach 119.605.
Contact Madeira approach 119.605, Airport Sugar 1695.
So we're about to get our approach clearance, and we'll start our descent in a moment. So the coast of Portugal is way off still. It's about 200 miles, maybe less. Yeah, 200 something miles to the airport, but we need our clearance first, and then we'll start our descent. By the way, I didn't mention it, but today Beyond ATC had a big update, lots of changes, and one of the things that I've noticed is that they changed the voice set, so the voices have been changed, and unfortunately I do not like these new voices. They seem a lot more mechanical than what they used to be. I'm not sure they're going to tweak that, but the voices really used to sound a lot better. I love this taxi. This is called the taxi camera, usually mounted on the vertical fin. Really cool pic. I'm still exploring this chase plane. It's really cool, but so guys, if you guys like what you see, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and share with your friends if you think they will like it. On your upper right screen you also see a QR code popping up once in a while. That's for the Buy Me a Coffee link. You also have a link on the description and on the chat. It's pinned. So if you guys are feeling generous, every donation given to the channel will be reinvested in future add-ons. So I basically purchase the latest planes as much as I can. I cannot buy them all. The next flight, I'm going to go back to the heavy, so I'm sticking with 340 now, but I'm going to get back to the heavies again. So out of Lisbon I may do a flight with the MD-11 again, give it another shot. The MD-11 was recently updated and they also did a very extensive update to it, so I want to test it again, see how it is now. Then after that, after the MD-11, I might return to the A350, my favorite plane of all time. Probably not my favorite add-on for a flight sim, but definitely my favorite plane of all time, real life. And yeah, unless of course something bigger comes out first. I'm not looking forward to that because I don't think anybody will release anything soon. I'm not going to fall on the same mistake of buying planes day one, by the way. I'm not going to do that. Lots of bugs when planes are released, so I'm going to wait for the first updates to come out. So we're coming up to Lisbon. So out of Lisbon, I'm open to suggestions. I'm pretty tired of flying to the same destinations. I try to vary as much as I can, and there's a lot of places to fly to. Alright, we got our clearance. Let's accept this. Expect Suit 1 Alpha runway 02 Air Portugal 216 heavy. So we're still 20 plus miles away from top of descent. Descent to? I mean, descent to is okay, but she said ready for descent to.
Airbus 175, contact Santa Maria Oceanic 132.075.
Contact Santa Maria Oceanic 132.075, Airbus 175.
And the Beyond ATC also enlarged the range at which the planes are simulated, so it's now 100 miles or so away from us. It's pretty cool. Quebec Q. So it seems that the Spanish it seems that the Spanish accent is forcing the O's in the end, so it's really cool. So it's only the Spanish ones, I think. I've not heard any weird accents or pronunciation over accents. I'm going to call ready for descent in a moment. I'm just waiting for the top of descent so we can stay within performance. So let's go for its descent checklists. MCDU landing performance has been reviewed. We're going to review that again in a moment. TCAS set below. There it is. Nav aids has reviewed. NTI is not required. EFI set to constraints set. Seatbelt signs. Descent checklist above the line complete.
Airport Portugal 216 Heavy, SUT1 outside, runway 02,
Yeah.
report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Air Portugal 216 Heavy.
Air Portugal 216 Heavy, descend to flight level 250.
Descend to flight level 250, Air Portugal 216 Heavy.
Here we go. Managed descent.
9117 Heavy, contact Sadie, send to 118.275.
Sent on 118.275.
Since we are coming out of flight level 400, it's going to take a while to descend. That's why they're being clear. They're clearing us so far away, about 200, less than 200 miles from the airport.
Airport should go
Yeah,
1695 center. Expect middle to Romeo, runway 05.
Expect middle to Romeo, runway 05, Air Portugal 1695.
A lot of planes going to Madeira now.
Air Portugal 1695, middle to Romeo, runway 05. Report ready for descent.
Middle to Romeo, runway 05, ready for descent, Air Portugal 1695.
I'm saying it's Madeira because
Descend to flight level 130.
Descent to flight level 130, Air Portugal 1695.
not many airports says 05 in Portugal. Look at that, it's about 4 planes I counted so far to Madeira. It's like they were expecting us to depart. Yeah, sometimes you see the ghosting, like something trailing, or images that get temporarily frozen and clear. That's DLSS. That's the NVIDIA DLSS. It's a known issue. Unfortunately, it's not something easy to mitigate. NVIDIA keeps fighting to get that fixed, but you can clearly see the ghosting right here on my PFD. The digits as you go far. Now look, that's all fuzzy. So this is the DLSS doing its nasty thing, but it's really cool to smooth things, smooth edges, but it has its artifacts. That's one of them.
Send on 118.275, Weather Express 3957, good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, the Spanish accent.
Level 360.
Enter November X-ray Lisbon Center identified.
Yeah, the voice models aren't really good. It used to be so good. It reached a point of close to perfection, then they degraded it, then they improved it. The last model wasn't great, but it was a lot better than this one, I think. Performance-wise, the Inibuilds A340 seems to be okay. I see that it's struggling a little bit to, even though the arrow is pointing that it's accelerating, it's not actually going anywhere beyond the little chevron there. But it's staying within performance quite well on the managed descent. This plane kind of benefited from the A350 release. I guess Inibuilds learned a lot of stuff with the 350, and so this plane was a little less buggy when it was released compared to the 350 that had a lot of WASM crashes, had a lot of issues. It still does, and at least that's my perception. This one, we saw that GSX integration isn't the brightest. We also saw that CPDLC with Beyond ATC is not working. At least the departure clearance. It took it like 40 minutes or so to actually work. So, and by the time it did, it was no longer viable. I also had a couple of issues here with what was it? I had a few issues with well, basically that's it. Let's not be nitpicky. The small issues are just that small, so they're not really important. But CPDLC not working, that's a big issue for me. Beyond ATC was updated today, so there might be an issue here between the two software talking to each other. But yeah. Oh, the other issue was with Navigraph not updating. That's some bug there, not sure. You do have the button, I have the subscription of course, you do have the button to press to update, but it just doesn't update. Lots of women flying. That's good. I mean, nothing against it, but I think that there are too many female voices compared to real life. We get what? 1 out of 15 voices is female in real life ATC. Here is more than 50%. So far. See, that's another female. Again, nothing against it, I just think it's not realistic, because there aren't that many women flying compared to men. Should be 50-50. No complaints here from lady pilots, I'm just saying that it's not realistic the way it is in Beyond ATC currently. In fact, I had many good flights with women pilots, but I had one particular one which was really cool. I'm not going to say which company because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I did fly in the cockpit with the lady captain, and she was quite friendly, and we talked a lot about aviation opportunities, and of course with women is much more prominent back then. Now it's more or less okay. It's could be an issue in some countries, but not in my country.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, descend to flight level 080.
Descend to flight level 080, Air Portugal 216
There you go,
heavy.
descending to 080. Oh, night lightning in FS 2024 really improved quite a bit. This scene right here would be impossible a few months ago without service update 4. You would see like an orange blur. I'll need to extend speed brake. It's needing some aid to stay on speed and manage descent. Go outside and take a look at this dive. As you can see, the speed brakes don't fully deploy. That's by design. They would break off if they would fully deploy. I don't think it would help anything. It would just create more turbulence on that wing. The idea with the speed brakes is to aid you decelerate the plane. You don't want to suddenly reduce all lift on the wing.
Contact CV center 118.275.
Contact CV center 118.275.
Sorry.
Bye.
So let's put the speed brakes back in. So that's the coast of Portugal up there. That's Lisbon. We're not going to make a direct approach to Lisbon. We're going to make a right-hand turn. Then you're going to enter the holding corridor and wait for clearance.
Contact port to approach 127.155.
Contact port to approach 127.155 Ryanair 5 Victor Zulu.
So guys, again, if you like what you see, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and there's a QR code on the upper right screen showing up eventually, or you have a link on the description below for the Buy Me a Coffee application, and you can help me continue to develop this content. So after this flight is over, I'm going to have to take a good look at what's going on with the Navigraph updates, NavDat updates. I also need to check out what's going on with CPDLC. Apparently it's not working as intended. So two major items in my point of view that need to be addressed. So someone asked me the other day, why not make a direct approach to the runway? Do you need to follow these corridors? Oh yeah, they're cataloged. I'll show you. These are actual approach patterns that we need to follow. So you see right here, and these magenta and blue lines, or cyan if you're nitpicky, these are constraints. So it's not just that I can just fly straight ahead and land on runway 02. I need to follow this corridor as in real life the real life pilots do. And not only that, I need to reduce my speed to 250 knots, 230 knots, 220 knots, and then constrain my altitudes to flight level 080 to remain on this corridor. This allows the ATC to distribute the traffic along these waypoints, and at some point in real life they can tell you proceed direct to, and get you out of this corridor directly to PSEX or NEVID. Usually it's PSEX. The idea is that in this way the ATC can, let's say there's 4 planes ahead of me, he can call the first one to turn at Ernil, the second one at Relco, the third one at Zephy, and this guarantees a perfect separation of 220 knots at the same flight level. There are other procedures for the same runway but coming from the east. In that type of approach, the planes will be stationed at flight level 070, so they're beneath us when we make this approach to runway 02. So this is actually a very neat way to separate traffic and keep everybody in the same location. Plus, this was created to remove airplanes from the Lisbon airspace, and as you can see, they're in over the sea, near the city, but not in the city like previously we would do. So yeah, we can't just make direct. I mean, we can, this is a simulator, but still you want to do things as close to reality as possible. What I usually do is when I reach, did I press something? What did I press? I think I pressed something behind this. What did I press? That was weird. Wow, we gotta have that foot warmer. No, I don't know. I pressed something accidentally. I don't know what it was. Not important. This can be nice oxygen mask. Anyway, what I usually do is after Ernil, I request a direct to NEVID or NEVID, whatever the way they pronounce it. That way I don't need to go all the way down. But if there's traffic already in the lane, I try to avoid it because I can be overtaken or overtake others, and you don't want to do that.
Contact CD Center 118.275. Bye bye.
Contact CD Center 118.275. Enter November X-ray.
Plus we need to descend to the assigned altitude, otherwise this whole approach will be borked. I gotta get this one when lowering the gear. It's gonna be cool. And this one for taxiing. It's really awesome. I also have to tweak these cameras from Chase Plane because they really need some love. They don't look that bad, but these are the default ones, and I definitely need to tweak them a little bit. Whoa, got some turbulence here. Let's turn our track IR on. Now it's working. A few moments ago I couldn't get it to work. Alright, looks good. So after Ernil we're going to request a direct to Nevat. But we need to get down to flight level 080 first. You enjoying the flight, Betsy? Nah. She still hates me. Getting towards flight level 080. We'll pass over 10,000 feet. That will have us turn on the landing lights and confirm the wing lights and landing light and the seatbelt signs are on as well. I wish this reflection wouldn't be this strong, because the perspective is not really that good. I don't think we should be seeing this so strongly here. Let's not be nitpicky. Coming up on the decel for 220 knots. The plane should automatically reduce speed to follow the constraint. We're getting some clouds here, but not that heavy on the turbulence or rain.
Airport Sugar 216 heavy, contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
Let's go to Lisbon arrival.
Portugal 216 heavy. Lisbon arrival, Air Portugal 216 heavy, flight level 098 with the numbers.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, Lisbon arrival, good evening, QNH 1026, expect ILS runway 02 with the best 6 transition.
QNH1026, expect that ILS runway 02 with the FSLTL transition, Air Portugal 216 heavy.
So the factory landing distance should be 1,584 meters. This will get us through Hotel 5, I believe. So we're expecting ILS 02 via the P6 transition. That's exactly what we had programmed. Oh, we didn't have the P6. Hello? No VS? What the heck? Yeah, probably a bug. But yeah, we do have the P6 transition is right there. Passing 10,000 feet, external lights on. We got our seatbelt signs on and the wing lights are on.
10 right, heading 055 at 3,000 feet.
Descent checklist below the line complete. Alright, let's go for the landing memory items. So EFIs, ND3 and gear down 3 green, external lights to all, nose wheel steering lights set for takeoff, auto brakes set, we can set that right now. Spoilers will be armed, landing no blue, and landing memo, sorry, flaps to landing memo no blue. Alright, so we're ready. Alright, let's call direct to EVUD after Hernal, because we need to reach 8,000 feet so we can continue our descent for EVUD. Alright. Lisbon approach Air Portugal 2166 heavy, request direct to EVUD. I think I need to send that direct to fix.
Contact tower 118.105, Ryanair 434 Alpha. Air Portugal 216 heavy, confirm direct to EVUD.
Affirmative, Air Portugal 216 heavy.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, roger, clear direct to EVUD.
Clear direct to EVUD, Air Portugal 216 heavy.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH1026.
Descend to 3,000 feet to QNH1026, Air Portugal 216 heavy.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, clear direct descent across Essex at total above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS runway 02.
Clear direct PSX cross P6 at or above 3,000 feet of cleared ILS runway 02, Air Portugal 216 heavy.
All aircraft be advised, information preload now current, QNH1026.
Lisbon arrival to Alpine 36 with Alpha, flight level 095, we have 3 low on board.
Alpine 36 with Alpha, Lisbon arrival, QNH1026, expect the ILS runway 02 with the P6 transition.
QNH1026, expect the ILS runway 02 with the P6 transition, Alpine 36 with the Alpha.
What is it doing? What is it doing? What? What? What are you doing, buddy? Ah, man. That was weird. Why is it doing that? We should go direct to the point, not try to circle around. They did the same departing Madeira, by the way. I need to descend faster than this. Turn on our approach. We don't want to exceed the 220 knots, so I'm standing the speed brakes. Yeah, very noisy speed brakes. So right here. Speed brakes in. Speed check flaps 1.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, descend to 3,000 feet, minimum approach speed.
Descend to 3,000 feet at minimum approach speed at Air Portugal 216 heavy.
Turning in. So let's set minimum approach speed. 160 knots, so to speak. Speed check flaps 2. Oops.
Contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
Contact Tower 118.105 Air Portugal 216 heavy. Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 216 heavy, ALS
Speed brakes out.
102.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, Lisbon Tower, continue.
Roll call, Air Portugal 216 heavy.
It's a lot of noise for the speed brakes. I think it's a bit overwhelming. Approach set. Speed check flaps 2. Track the speed brakes.
434 Alpha, monitor ground 121.755.
Ground 121.755, Ryanair 434 Alpha.
So our VAP speed error. So our VAP is 131 knots.
2,500.
2,500 check. Landing checklist. Oh, gear down. Speed check flaps 3. Still not clear to land, but we'll carry on. Alright. ND terrain as required. Gear down 3 green. External lights set to all. Nose wheel lights set for takeoff. Auto brakes set for low. Spoilers are armed. Flaps set for landing. Landing memo status no blue. Just waiting for the all clear. 2,000 check. Still not clear to land. Whoops, what's going on here? Did Beyond ATC crash?
Air Portugal 216 heavy, when checked.
Wind 355 at 11.
Alright, why am I not clear to land? Still some aircraft on the runway?
Portugal 216
Ah.
heavy, wind 355 at 11.
Runway 02 cleared to land. Air Portugal 216 heavy.
Autopilot off.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, climb to 3,000 feet, Lisbon normal speed.
What?
Climb to 3,000 feet, rest my normal speed. Air Portugal 216 heavy.
1,000.
I just ignored it. 1,000 check.
1,000.
There's a slight wind coming from the left, 10 knots, but it's pushing the airplane away. Landing in Inibuilds. Little low,
500.
below glide path. 500 check. Whoa! Some gusts here. Land.
300.
Check.
100 above.
Middle mark.
200. Minimum.
Continue. Whoa!
100.
Lisbon Tower, KLM 1697,
50,
ILS
40,
runway 02.
30. Wait time.
KLM 1697, Lisbon Tower continues.
Touchdown. Auto brake set. Roll out. Reverses. Auto brake off.
Available taxiway. Air Portugal 216 heavy.
Let's exit here on Hotel 5 as planned. Actually, this is Hotel 4, so that's even better. It's a high-speed exit. Oh, pedal. Here we go. Start APU. Run the exit procedures.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, contact ground 121.755.
Ground 121.755. Air Portugal 216 heavy. Air Portugal 216 heavy. Request taxi to assigned gate.
Air Portugal 216 heavy, ground 40 for taxi via Hotel 4, uniform 4 Alpha, Golf 1 Foxtrot, uniform 1 New 1.
Oh my god.
4 via Hotel 4, uniform 4 Alpha.
Need some help with that.
Foxtrot, uniform 1 Air Portugal 216 heavy.
So we are going forward here on uniform. So Hotel 4, uniform 4. Oh, don't get out of the runway, buddy. So uniform 4 where we are right now, and then Alpha right here all the way to Golf 1 right there. So we're going to turn right here. So we're on Alpha now. And then Golf 1 is this one. Where is Golf 1? Gulf 1 right here. So it's the second turn to the right. This is the first one. It's going awfully fast now. So we got a APU on. So let's do this. Let's retract our flaps. After landing checklist. Just running the memory items. Alright, so it's going to be the right hand turn, I mean. There's Gulf 1 right there on the plaque. I wish I had a gate, but not today. No gates for the venerable 340. All the 330s are parked. So this is Gulf 1 right here. And then Fox. So Gulf 1. And then we should have Fox. Should be this one right here. And then Uniform 1. Alright, so we're going to skim this parking area here. There's Fox. You can see it written on the floor here. And then go all the way around. There's a heavy parking space over there. I'm not sure why they're sending us to 404. Lisbon is not that big of an airport, but it is still busy. It only has one runway. So then we're gonna take Uniform 1 and then Lima 1 right there. So I'm gonna pass this parking area.
KLM 1697, ramp 701, taxi via Uniform Alpha 5.
Ramp 701 via Uniform Alpha 5, KLM 1697.
And it should be one heavy parks on the right. So this is Fox. Uniform 2 right here. And then this one. Yep. This is Uniform 1. No, this is Lima 1. There's Lima. We're on Lima. And then our parking space should be ramp 404 to our right. So the first one to our right. Alright. Let's confirm if GSX is cooperating with the parking stand, because sometimes it doesn't. Yep. Alright. 404. Yeah. Nice. Carry on. So let's look at the markings on the ground. That's 405, 404. There it is. Alright, there we go. Turning in. There's a marshal there for some reason. Yeah, GSX is all over the place sometimes. It places the VGGS, but then places a marshaller as well. You can see him right there. There he is. Alright, just wait for the VGGS to wake up. Yeah, I see the marshal moving. Probably the VGGS is not working. Ah, there it is. It's broken beyond recognition, but it is working. go to the left. The marshal's still waving. To the right. And all right. Nicely done. Really close though. Should have turned this off. Okay, it says parking okay, and we're fine with that. Alright, let's turn off backs. Actually, no, let's leave them on. After landing checklists was complete, TCAS system set to off. Predictive wind shear and weather radar has been turned off. Terrain is off. APU is on. Anti-wing not required. APU bleed is on. After landing checklist complete. Let's go for the parking checklist. Parking brake is set. Nav aids set to off. ND arc 10 set. Anti-ice is not on. Engine master switches to off. Let's turn on 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn off the beacon lights. Look at this. This is flickering all over the place. Fuel pumps. Oh, boarding deck request. Alright. Fuel pumps to off. Lots of fuel pumps. Beacon is off. Seatbelt signs set to off. External power available. Transponder is off and cockpit door to open. Alright, so welcome to Lisbon. APU lead off and APU master switches to off. Welcome to Lisbon. It's been quite the ride from Madeira. Oh, forgot to turn off the wing lights. Quite the flight from Madeira, for sure. It was not uneventful. We had a couple of issues, like I said earlier. So the first issue was I wasn't able to update Navigraph, even though I definitely purchased my Navigraph subscription, and I definitely have a program, an external program to update my planes. But for some reason Inibuilds demands that the update to be done externally for some reason. For whatever reason though, it still didn't work. Regarding the there was also another issue with GSX not really working correctly. Again, keeps happening. Then it was CPDLC with Beyond ATC. Our pre-departure clearance just didn't work. It came way late, like 40 minutes late. There's something going on there. So now that this live stream is finished, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna investigate what can be done, what's happening. There's definitely an issue with both systems. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed. It was quite a good landing, if I may say so. It's not up to me to evaluate that, it's up to you guys, but I think it went great. And yes, Madeira is always that destination that I like to fly to and from. I confess that I like to land there more than I like to take off from there, but you know, this flight is always cool, and to take the, oh my god, I'm sideways, look at that, it's not lined up at all. To do this flight again with the venerable A340 is always a pleasure. It's such a memorable plane, such an oldie, and I really enjoy flying this aircraft. The real life one, and that I don't think I flew enough on it, and I think that I would like to go back in time to fly when this plane was like top of the line. Didn't last long, but it did happen. I thank you guys for coming. Remember, leave a like, subscribe. If you're feeling generous, you can also help the channel by donating via Buy Me a Coffee. The links are in the description. As always, thank you guys for coming, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light.
Passengers bus is coming.
The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light.
Portugal 075, heavy contact with Lisbon Tower 118.105, bye-bye.
Over to Tower 118.105, Air Portugal 075 heavy.
No limits when the drums begin. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into